Okay, I have a huge stack to go through. Yes, this many and many more. Are you also drowning in academic papers, feeling like literature review is a monster task? What if you could turn this hurdle into a launch pad for groundbreaking research? And the secret is not just using AI. It's a proven 5-step method that guarantees a strong, insightful review every time. I have converted my thesis into a book chapter using this very method. Because a book chapter is a narrative or a descriptive piece of literature compared to an article or even a thesis. So guys, forget the dread and let's master this technique. Hi, I'm Dr. Radhika Kamdar and welcome back to my channel Rad's Research Room. Today I will share some powerful secrets into this process that will work consistently. And by the end of the video, you will have a clear roadmap to turn this chore into a cornerstone of your research success. So let's unlock the secrets one by one. A literature review might feel like you have to map a whole universe of knowledge, or it's like diving into an ocean and not knowing whether there is a bank or even if there's a small island. But it doesn't have to be painful at all. Trust me. Just follow this procedure stepwise. The first one that I always say is having a laser sharp focus. The first step is to actually nail your research question and the scope, because this will build your foundation. So let me give you a general example here. Say like, what's the impact of social media? Now this is a very vague and very broad question and a definite recipe for disaster. You need to get specific. Try saying something like, how does daily Instagram use affect the self-esteem of Western teens or teens in Western societies? You see the difference here? From a very broad topic, you have now singled out the aspect. So I have made a very detailed video on how to identify your research question, your research niche, and I've also given some templates to define this question. The link is here, so do check out the video, and if you have any questions pertaining to that, do drop them in the comment box below and I will definitely help you out. A pro tip here for your laser focus is basically you need to define your scope pertaining to the time frame of the study. Populations, sample collection, study types like retrospective or prospective or exactly. Original lab work, survey, meta-analysis, all these parameters. This initial clarity will save you tons of hours later. You will thank yourself. The second step that I like to call it is be the detective. Organize your search strategy. Don't just randomly Google terms or your topic. Orchestrate a massive strategic hunt. Identify the key databases in your field. For example, if it's STEM field, then PubMed, Scopus, Web of Science, etc. Brainstorm your keywords and use Boolean connectors like and, or, not, exactly, and zero down on what you need. For example, if you're working on a specific drug or a mental condition, then write something like name of the drug and mental condition. Track what you have searched. Pro tip here is look at the reference list of all the articles you find and see who has cited them. This is a gold mine for related research. You will find ample amount of literature here. The third step, as I like to call it, is be the gatekeeper. Now you have assimilated a mountain of sources. You cannot look at everything, right? So it's time to filter it out. Don't read everything. The first step is to screen the titles and the abstracts and look for relevance. For the promising ones, check the journal's reputation and how recent the study is. Keep it within a couple of decades unless they have been pioneering studies that shape the foundation of your work. You need to cite the original article in that case, but otherwise you need recent articles like couple of decades or so. Use reference management software like EndNote, Zotero, Mendeley, and there are many others. These are lifesavers for organizing your sources, taking notes, generating citations according to the journal specific format automatically. You don't need to do everything manually, and I will make a separate video if you need on how to use reference managers and AI tools. So if you need them, if you want to learn how to do that, drop a line in the comment box and I will teach you how to organize your references using various software. The fourth step is a very critical one, but also a very interesting one, and I like to call it being the alchemist. Because you need to synthesize information, not just summarize. An annotated bibliography just summarizes and makes it a descriptive article wherein you simply dump the information. But here, for a literature review, you need to tell a story. That is a form of narrative. You need to weave the concepts together from multiple sources. All the findings need to be connected to each other. You need to look for themes, patterns, and debates. Where do certain studies agree or disagree? This will make it an expository article, and you can explore both sides without taking a particular side. So most importantly is to identify the gaps in the literature. So the pro tip here is to identify what's missing in the field or what gaps are there in the knowledge, and how your study is going to justify the project or your review. The fifth step, or the most important one, is to structure your review for impact. That is being an architect, building your broad concept. That is starting with your intro that will define your purpose and will guide the reader to the roadmap of the body of your text. Organize the whole story based on themes or patterns that you have identified in the above 4 steps. It should not just be a list of things or findings, because that is like creating just a catalog of studies in the field, like something in the departmental store, or in the previous days when we used to have library catalogs of drawers and drawers of rummaging through, list of multiple sources. So every theme here, every section and subsection should be such that it tells a story. So pro tip here is that every paragraph should advance the idea further using evidence from multiple sources. Your conclusion finally should summarize the key takeaways from your review, from your article, highlight the gaps that you found, and how exactly your current or your future research is going to fill in one of those gaps and address for future directive. So guys, there you have it, your 5 steps to transform your literature review process. Laser focus on your question. Master search strategy, being the gatekeeper for the resources, being an alchemist to synthesize the ideas, and being the architect of a strong argument. This approach can be used to write a complete literature review article, or the introduction section of your research paper, or even a detailed introduction for your thesis. If you have any further questions, do drop them in the comment section and I will answer to all of them and will help you craft your perfect literature review. And if you found this video helpful, hit that thumbs up button, share it with your friends and colleagues who might be lost under a mountain of literature, and do not forget to like and subscribe Rad's Research Room for more such academic success strategies. Thank you for watching and have a great literature review completely within your reach. Stay organized and you will be able to nail the process. Until then, happy researching.